Hello, everybody. It is the American Doofus Show. I'm your host, Barry Walsh. Don't be a doofus. It's Friday Night Live, and got some things to talk about, and then we'll take some questions if anybody has any or comments or anything like that. We're going to be doing a couple of new things. One of them is Super Chat. It's a way that you can both support the show and make sure that I see your comment or question anytime we're live. Another thing is memberships, which will be kicking off tomorrow. And there'll be 3 levels of membership available, and there will be specific things for members only. There'll be members only Q&As and members only videos and opportunities to join the show. There are just a couple of ways to make things possibly more interactive and for you to be able to help support the show. Be a good time to have a hair and makeup artist. It is the American Doofus Show. I'm your host, Barry Welsh. Don't be a doofus. A positive to announce, a happy birthday to Darren Harris. It's Darren Harris's birthday today. Darren's been a guest on the show a couple of times, and we will be having him back on here in the near future. I want to wish him a happy birthday. And a very sad thing. Please like, subscribe, and share the video. I forget to say that sometimes. Some sad news. The notorious RBG passed away shortly before this broadcast. Ruth Bader Ginsburg, Supreme Court Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She was a moderate to liberal on a very conservative Supreme Court. She was a staunch advocate for women's rights, for equality. And now she is going to, there will be a push by Republicans to put someone much more conservative onto the Supreme Court. And so this is, it's a sad day for those that believe in equality. And it's a possibly turning point in the future of the country as far as the judicial branch of the federal government. Federal government, of course, 3 branches: the executive branch, which is the presidency; the judicial branch, which is the Supreme Court and federal courts; and the legislative branch, which is the House of Representatives and the Senate. And the Senate is responsible for Supreme Court appointees being passed or being declined. And if you remember, in the Obama administration, near the end of the Obama administration, a Supreme Court vacancy came up. And when that vacancy came up, the Senate said, no, we are not, it wouldn't be fair to appoint the president's appointee so close to an election. I doubt very seriously if that same logic applies in the Senate this time. They will be trying to push someone quickly through. And these are lifetime appointments. So politics is important. I know a lot of people are especially in the communities of color, a lot of people are sick of politics and sick of politicians and sick of nothing happening. But voting matters. It really does. And we're going to get into that. 2020. We are in September of the year 2020. Thus far in 2020, we've had COVID-19. Breonna Taylor was killed, then George Floyd. Then we saw Jacob Blake get shot 7 times in the back by a white police officer. In in 2020, COVID-19 first, the United States postal system wanted to mail a mask to help prevent the spread of the virus to every person in the United States. And we've learned this week that Donald Trump and the White House said, no, you're not going to do that. You're not going to do that, and stopped that. How much could that have tampered the spread of a virus that we're still learning about? The guy that's president of the United States right now says we've lost 200,000 people. All right, in a country of hundreds of millions, maybe you don't think that's too much, but if there's somebody close to you, it's a hell of a lot that we've lost. And his response basically has been, "It is what it is," and to me, that's unacceptable. It's unacceptable. Breonna Taylor and George Floyd and Jacob Blake, names that will resonate throughout the coming years and not just in 2020. But we're at the point now where the court systems, the judicial systems are coming into play in these three cases. Breonna Taylor, this week we've learned a $12 million lawsuit or $12 million settlement to a lawsuit was offered and accepted, offered by the city of Louisville. Since that time, the Louisville City Council has had a no confidence vote in Louisville Mayor Greg Fisher, and overwhelmingly voted no confidence in the mayor. Normally, this is a sign that the town is asking the mayor to step down. However, in this case, they made a point of noting that this is not asking for the mayor to resign, just to improve his public image. Things like that are why people don't vote, but things like that are why people should, and they should vote anyone in office out. Okay, just a total tear the fucking system down, position by position. Vote them all out. It doesn't matter if they're Republican or if they're Democrat. They've been there too damn long. Vote them all out. Okay, whoever, any incumbent, vote them out. Vote them out. I don't care. Vote them out, especially if they're Republicans. Now, there's a difference between Republicans and Trump people, and I'm gonna talk about that a little bit this evening as well. Also connected to the Breonna Taylor case in Louisville, and I think Dave talked on this last night. The Louisville Federal Courthouse will be closed all of next week. Dave speculated last night that the announcement from the grand jury as to whether there would be a prosecution of the police officers involved in the killing of Breonna Taylor would occur or not. The grand jury is deliberating on that. Apparently, a decision will be in this coming week, sometime between the 21st and the 25th. That's when the federal courthouse in Louisville has been ordered closed, and it's ordered closed in anticipation of a decision. I don't think they would order it closed if they anticipated that the officers were going to be prosecuted and they were going to be celebrating in the streets. I think the order is coming because there's a pretty good feeling, like David said last night, that nothing's going to happen to any of these police officers. And at the very most, one of them might be charged with with the smallest felony possible, and then basically probably receive probation because he's a police officer without a criminal record. A lot of people said that $12 million was hush money. Breonna Taylor's family led a direct action today at 5:30 in Louisville. They were outside the Attorney General's office, Daniel Cameron, his Louisville office, and about 200 people were out there demonstrating, seeking justice in the case. So that's where those things stand at the moment. George Floyd, the case in Minneapolis, Minnesota, is the court case has begun. The grand jury up there did find that there was enough, more than enough evidence to warrant a trial, which is what a grand jury does. They decide if a trial should occur or if charges should be dismissed. And the trial is in the beginning phases in Minnesota, where George Floyd was killed. And biggest development in that so far has been that three of the county prosecutors have been removed from the case and reclassified as witnesses because they apparently had a meeting with a medical examiner that was not approved. So we are in a situation in this country that I personally don't look forward to the last 3 months of 2020 coming up, especially now that there's going to be an open seat on the Supreme Court, because that will have an impact for decades to come. Again, Ruth Bader Ginsburg was a champion for women. So a woman's right to choose, Roe versus Wade, however you want to look at it, will probably come under attack quickly in the next 2 months. On top of everything else. And we've got a lot going on in this country. You know, there are people with their head in the sand that say, you know, there is no injustice, that there hasn't been no oppression, that horrible things. People say horrible things about other people and about other people they don't know. And then they deem themselves Christian. And this coming week, I'm trying to get a couple of guests on for this coming week. And a couple of guests we haven't had on before. And I'm trying to get somebody from the Southern Poverty Law Center to come on. We're talking about it. And if we can work something out, then I'm going to have somebody from the Southern Poverty Law Center on.